In this video, I'm going to share social media trends for 2021. These are my predictions. On this channel, I talk about social media, websites, personal branding, practical advice to look good online. If these are topics that interest you, stick around, consider subscribing, and hitting that bell to be notified when I post next. Now, it's time to talk about 2021 social media trends. In Tulum, and the question comes from Daniel, who asks, Phil, what social media trends do you predict for 2021? Great question, Daniel. I've got a few predictions for 2021, and I'm certain you probably do too. Let's see if our predictions line up. Content marketing is something I do for my clients, as well as teaching strategies for creators to implement themselves or for their clients. And I will tell you very quickly before we dive into this about my course, Content Mastery. It will teach you how in detail to ace your content creation and your workflow, a workflow that you can actually stick with. This is my most successful course ever, videos, tutorials, templates, and more, and I'll paste a special promo code for anyone who wants the course and finds it here on YouTube. Get 50% off the regular price. That's in the description below. My first trend that I predict in 2021, let's talk about it. Here it is. Trend number 1, short form video. Of course, we saw this rise incredibly in 2020. Prior to that, the trend was long form, so IGTV, watching feature-length content on your phones. But now, the quicker, the more engaging, the better. TikTok has certainly played a role in the rise of short-form video. Later, the launch of Instagram Reels, we saw that happen. How can you grab someone's attention in 30 seconds or less? I'm not answering that question formally in this video, but I've got another that I created that will help you create on Instagram Reels if you're new to it, and I'm going to link to that somewhere over here. Content and advertising disguised as content needs to grab the attention of someone on their phone quickly. Some quick tips I'll give you right now. Get right to the point. Use captivating visuals, and finally, know your audience. Know exactly what they'll want and what they'll respond to. Short form video is definitely a trend we'll be seeing more of throughout 2021. Next, trend number 2, advocacy. It's certainly a social media behavior that's spilling over from 2020 to 2021. People want to stand for something. Throughout the turbulent year, let's call it that, of 2020, we saw people take a stand on social media, or rather social issues like race, gender, political issues, environment issues. This has meant that people who've not normally actively posted about these things are now doing so, using social media followings, big and small, to take a stance. And of course, brands have followed the same behavior, eager to show support for causes. And not just a few brands, many of them, in fact, most of them. Brands now and in the future, personal brands or company brands, should give some thought to how they can do good through their content and visible support. This is the time to speak up. Now we're going to move on to our next trend. Trend number 3, live video. It was wild to see how popular this became, Instagram Live specifically, when people were stuck at home or in self-quarantine. The new normal. Live video, like Instagram Live, allows A-type personalities to share ideas and connect with fans and followers from the comfort of their own homes, but I would also argue that it's an efficient way to create content. No need to fuss with cameras, lighting, editing, and every other complication. Literally, you just hit go live on your phone and instantly connect and interact with your audience. People especially love to be noticed and acknowledged. So not only is live video on platforms like Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, but also Q&As. Particularly on Instagram in this case, it enables the broadcaster to put a question on the screen. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go into detail on that in this video, but as you may have guessed, I've got a video that goes into far more detail on going live on Instagram, and I'll link to that over here. Now, on to the next trend. You may not have seen this one coming. Trend number 4, social commerce. What does this mean? Using social media to drive e-commerce purchases. It's not a new concept, but we've got a better infrastructure to support this now, thanks to platform updates in an effort to keep up with the times. Take Instagram Shops, for example. Now, I want to use an example of my friend Matt's brand, One Kind. In the brand's words, thoughtfully crafted universal skincare. And I love this brand and I use it myself. Now, my point in using this example, it's not just big global brands that have access to social commerce. Matt's brand, which is a startup and it's growing very quickly, and it started a little over a year ago, they make great use of these features. You can spot a little shopping cart icon on the post with Instagram shopping enabled. And if you click on a feed post, you'll see a link to that product for purchase. It's really simple and it's handy for retailers to have that process integrated directly on the app. And it's crazy to think that now over half of the world are now using social media. And it's only fitting that users are able to shop directly on social media platforms. Now our next trend, which goes hand in hand with this one, trend number 5, personalization. Now I mean this primarily in the context of advertising. Is it just me or are our phones listening to us? I could talk about something in person that I want to buy and I feel like if I show any amount of interest, a brand or a product online, it pops up and then I start to see it over and over again. It happened recently when I was looking for a washer-dryer combo and it's all I saw for days. Personalized marketing is not a new concept, but it becomes so personalized that it's kind of scary. Brands are becoming masters at the art and the science of using data to market very specifically to their target demographics. Social media has a lot of data on our likes, dislikes, purchasing behavior, and more. If you've seen the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma, if not, I recommend watching it. It shows the darker side of this stuff. It is really very real and people need to be informed. Expect in the future to see very tailored offers, ads, product suggestions, and more. On that positive note, I'm going to wrap this video by throwing the microphone now over to you. What are the trends that you expect in 2021? Is there anything that you expect to see that I've missed? Of course, there are more than just these 5 trends that we'll likely see, so I'd absolutely love to hear from you in the comments below. Which trends are we likely to see? It could be one that I've listed, it could be one that I haven't. I keep an eye on those comments personally and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate a like and consider subscribing for more of my videos here on YouTube where I discuss social media, improving your content strategy, building your personal brand, practical advice to look good online. Next, I'm linking you through to some videos that I think you're gonna find useful in building your brand. You're gonna like them. I'm Phil Pallen, thanks for watching and those videos are coming up next.